My name is Santiago Fouz Hernandez. I'm a professor of Iberian Studies and Film at Durham University here in the UK. And I'm also the author of a book that is about to be published with Manchester University Press this December as part of their Spanish and Latin American filmmaker series. The book is called The Films of Bigas Luna. I've just received my author copies, which I'm about to unbox for you. I'm very excited about it. But first, if you haven't heard about Bigas Luna, I'm hoping that this book, which is the first English language book devoted entirely to his filmography, will help many people discover and hopefully appreciate the long filmography of this important European director. In fact, behind me, you can see the posters of the 16 films that he released in life. His first film was released almost exactly 50 years ago. It was called Tatuaje, Tattoo, and it was perhaps conveniently released the year after the death of the dictator Franco, and therefore the start of the transition to democracy. That film still experienced some level of censorship. The same cannot be said about films released later in the 70s, such as Bilbao or Caniche, Pudel, the film that I'm paying homage to with this t-shirt today. In the 1980s, Bigas Luna moved temporarily to Los Angeles to try his luck in the American film industry. He did shoot a film there starring Dennis Hopper, a film called Reborn that I recommend and is quite accessible in streaming services. And he also prepared a film that he would then shoot in Barcelona, but with American stars such as Zelda Rubinstein of Poltergeist fame and Michael Lerner, a film called Angustia Anguish, that has become over the years a bit of a cult movie for horror fans. It's a homage to cinema, a film within a film within a film. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. In the 1990s, taking advantage of the fact that Spain had just recently joined the EU, and there were a lot of discussions about European identity and national identity, he launched a trilogy of films that he called the Iberian Portraits Trilogy, which is perhaps his best known work internationally. The trilogy included perhaps his best known film called Jamón Jamón, and if you haven't heard about this film, you have surely heard about two of the stars in that film who started their careers practically with that film, and they are Spain's only Academy Award-winning actors. I'm talking about Javier Bardem and Penélope Cruz, that starred in that film alongside Jordi Moya. You may have heard about other actors that worked with Bigas Luna, such as Olivier Martínez, Elsa Pataki, Verónica Echegui, Jorge Perugorría, Aitana Sánchez Gijón, and so many others. The book is divided into 5 chapters. I start with a chapter devoted to discourses of the body in his early work, and I then move on to talk about the erotic films that I just mentioned, but also some other examples in the 80s and 90s. I then move on to talk about the Iberian Portraits Trilogy with a central chapter in the book where I focus on representations of gender and particularly masculinities and, of course, national identity. And then in the 4th chapter, I talk about Mediterranean identities and femininities in the films that follow that trilogy, which are set in other European countries such as France and Italy, but also in Spain. And I finish the book with a chapter devoted to his unfinished trilogy about women and success. With that being said, I just obviously dying to open this box after 10 years of work, of research, archival work, but also, of course, the writing and a few of other projects related to this, such as a podcast that has been available since 2020. There's almost 60 episodes already available in Spanish language, which I co-host with a colleague from the University of Costa Rica, Carolina Sanabria, who is also a specialist on Bigas Luna. And I also have been doing, for the last 10 years, a touring retrospective with Bigas Luna's daughter, Betty Bigas, called the Bigas Luna Tribute. We've been to about 30 cities in this period, and we hope to continue. So here we are, finally, the moment to see the book in print. I'm very pleased to see it. The Films of Bigas Luna. Let's see if I can show you a little bit what's inside. There's quite a few illustrations. The book is about 472 pages long, including a long index. You can order it for your library on hardback or also as an ebook, and there will be a paperback version later. If you happen to be in Barcelona this December 11th from 7 p.m. at the Filmoteca de Catalunya, the Catalan Cinematheque in central Barcelona, I will be presenting the book in conversation with my colleague Esther Jimeno Ugalde from the Universitat Pompeu Fabra, and there will be a small reception inspired by Bigas Luna's films, so it should be fun. I hope to see you in Barcelona on December the 11th, but if not, I hope you enjoy reading the book, and thank you so much for watching this unboxing video.